You sit down on your couch after a long day, not exhausted, just tired in a way that's hard to explain. You think back on the day and nothing went wrong, but somehow it still feels like you're behind. You finish one thing and there's already something else waiting. You make progress, but you don't feel caught up. A lot of people call this being busy, but what it really feels like is being behind. And that feeling doesn't usually come from laziness or poor time management. It comes from something deeper. This video isn't about productivity. It's about why the feeling of being behind has become so common, even for people who are doing a lot. Because in modern life, the idea of being caught up has quietly disappeared. The finish line keeps moving, and when there's no clear line, effort stops feeling satisfying. That's what we're going to talk about. In the past, tasks had clear endings. You finished a task, you closed the book, you left work and went home. Completion meant something. Now, most work doesn't really end, it just pauses. Messages keep coming, tasks overlap, projects stay half open. You don't finish things so much as you switch between them. And when nothing fully closes, your brain never gets a signal that something is complete. So even when you've been productive, it doesn't feel productive. Without a sense of done, it's easy to assume that you're falling behind. Another reason the finish line keeps moving is that we're always reachable. Even when you're not working, you're available. Emails can arrive at any time, messages don't wait for business hours, replies are expected quickly, even if no one says that out loud. So the baseline changes. Rest no longer means being off, it means being temporarily inactive. Part of your mind stays alert, waiting for a reply, waiting for an update, waiting for something to resolve. When availability becomes normal, being fully present or fully at rest starts to feel like you're behind. A lot of modern effort doesn't register as progress. You manage your schedule, you handle emails, you solve small problems, keep things from falling apart. But none of this feels like moving forward, it feels like maintenance. So at the end of the day, you're tired, but you can't point to what you accomplished. When effort doesn't convert into visible progress, the mind fills in the gap with a story. I didn't do enough, even when you did. Another reason you feel behind is that your mind is never empty. There are always unfinished things running quietly in the background, things to remember, decisions not made yet, tasks you'll get to later. Your brain treats these open loops as active, so even when you stop working, your attention doesn't fully settle. When your mind never clears, it's hard to feel caught up, because caught up used to mean having nothing left to hold. That state has become rare. there's also something else quietly reshaping the finish line. Constantly, we see success stories, what they're building, what they're learning, what they're achieving. What we don't see is their exhaustion, confusion, their unfinished days, just the highlights. So the standard for enough keeps shifting outward, and when enough keeps moving, being behind starts to feel personal, even when it isn't. So if you feel like you're always behind, it doesn't mean you're failing. A lot of that pressure comes from living in systems with moving standards, systems that don't offer clear endings or stable definitions of enough. The problem isn't that you can't keep up, it's that caught up is no longer clearly defined. Understanding that won't solve everything, but it can loosen the grip of the feeling and help you stop turning a structural problem into a personal one. If this resonated, you're not alone.